jump into this wrap. So feel comfortable? Do you feel comfortable? You have a look. It's hard. Jump on in. The lights are on here. The indicators are this side. If you just like the sign there and date it. Very good.
That's nice of them. Right. Did they get advance warning on that, or did they just lay on the people and the trailers did turn up?
Well, performance for Vauxhall in 1992 has been outstanding. We're very pleased with it. As you're aware, we've been able to achieve record market share in a very competitive marketplace. And more importantly, we've been able to keep both of our plants running full by the basis of our export program. So we're very pleased with 1992. Well, I think for two principal reasons. One, I think we've had a very successful product line over the last several years, and that's continued to reflect itself in our market share. And two, I think the plants have done an outstanding job in achieving substantial improvements in quality and productivity that has enabled us to export a fair amount of our production to the continent. Well, 1993, I think, is somewhat of a mixed bag. The UK economy is showing signs of recovery, and that'll be good for this marketplace. But some of our principal European markets, like Germany, are showing signs of deterioration. So we're going to have to watch it very closely, but it's across Europe. It's going to be a very difficult situation for the next several months. Well, we're very excited with the BSM contract, and it's much more than a supply agreement. It's going to be a partnership with BSM, anticipated to run at least over the next 10 years. We'll be eventually supplying about 5,000 units a year. These will be all courses. And again, we look for it to be an outstanding relationship. We're very excited about it.
Thanks, Bill. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the world of international automotive operations. Our focus on customer satisfaction, quality improvement, and cost reduction during the past few years have already paid dividends and produced winning results. International, those regions of the world outside North America, have recently been a strong contributor to GM's bottom line, and I'm very pleased to have the chance to tell you a bit more about who we are, though a trip around the world in some 10 minutes is ambitious to say the least. I'll try to give you at least a flavor of our business, starting in Europe, which is where most of our operations are. GM has been very successful in Europe for the past 5 years. We have introduced the right products at the time when the market was booming, and we have worked hard to keep our costs under control. The Western European car market is the largest in the world, with over 13 million cars sold in each of the last 4 years. It's a very different market from North America, 19 countries and 13 languages, with driving conditions ranging from Germany's autobahns, where you can cruise at over 100 miles per hour, to downtown London, where it is said that the average speed of traffic is 5 miles per hour on a good day. Cars are on average smaller, with 4-cylinder engines and manual transmissions. In Europe, GM sells a complete range of cars, from large touring sedans for the whole family, through exciting coupes with the latest technology and award-winning design, to small, nimble cars suitable for city traffic conditions. We also offer a range of recreational vehicles designed by GM's affiliate in Japan, Isuzu Motors, and built primarily in Europe. GM is Opel in Europe, except in the UK, where we are Vauxhall. Since 1989, we are also Saab. With these brands, GM has set consecutive passenger car sales records in each of the last 8 years, with over 12% market share in each of the last 3. This 12% plus share made us number 2 last year, compared to number 5 only a few years ago. More importantly, we were Europe's most profitable car manufacturer, a distinction we've earned in each of the last 4 years. GM's strength across Europe in 1992 was largely due to strong sales of the new Astra, which, with almost 700,000 sold in its first full year on the market, is GM's highest volume car in the world. This year we replaced our 10-year-old Corsa, our smallest vehicle. With industry-leading safety features for a car in this class, the Corsa also offers the latest in comfort and convenience.
If you were my car, you'd be blue, like the sky. No red. No. Cool blue, like the sea. Like your eyes. You'd be loaded with style. German engineering with plenty of curves. You'd be wild inside, full of new ideas to make me feel safe. Like a body-lock seatbelt system and side impact crash protection. We'd have days like this and nights like this. And if life were a highway, we could drive all night long. If you were my car, hey, you'd be this car. Meet new Opel Corsa. That's right, an Opel, my car.
General Motors has car assembly and component operations throughout Western Europe. The Corsa is built in Zaragoza, Spain, and at GM's newest car assembly plant, Eisenach, in the former Eastern Germany, which was formally opened last autumn by Chancellor Kohl. The Eisenach plant is GM's largest investment to date in the former Iron Curtain countries and is our showcase for the Opel Vauxhall production system, our system for taking significant cost out of the manufacturing process. Eisenach will fully implement lean manufacturing concepts and be competitive with the best in the world. All the GM manufacturing plants will be able to learn from the Eisenach example. GM purchased 50% of Saab automobiles in 1989. This premium brand is sold globally, and Saab's operations have undergone significant restructuring since our involvement. Saab will launch the first makeover of its product line this autumn with the introduction of the Saab 900. This fantastic new car will take advantage of Saab technology and GM Europe's economies of scale. Although the market has slowed considerably in Western Europe this year, there are significant growth opportunities in the countries of the former Eastern Europe and Soviet Union. From the very first day the East German market opened, even before the Eisenach plant was built, Opel has been number one. This is our third year in a row. GM's strategy has been very aggressive. In addition to the Eisenach plant, we were among the first Western companies with a big investment in Hungary, car assembly and a large engine manufacturing facility which started production last summer. We have extensive sales and service networks in other countries and may soon conclude an agreement providing for small-scale assembly operations in Poland. GM Europe's products, designed and engineered at our Technical Development Center in Germany, are sold in 100 countries worldwide and are increasingly forming the basis of our expansion strategies outside Europe. In Latin America, GM's largest operations are in Brazil, where cars and trucks have been manufactured for over 70 years. Most Latin American markets have strong historical ties to North American products, especially trucks, and GM has the highest penetration here of any region outside the US. Industry sales have posted strong growth in the last few years, with combined car and truck sales of over 2 million in 1992. GM also has a strong position in the commercial vehicle market, with a ratio consistently close to 25% of industry sales. Combined with a share of the car market of almost 16%, 1992 was GM's best year ever in the region, and records continue to be broken in 1993. For many years, strict import and foreign exchange restrictions limited our ability to modernize our product lineup, but a recent easing of these controls has allowed us to introduce more modern, European-based passenger car designs. Here's a Brazilian ad introducing the Opel Amiga, which is sold under the Chevy nameplate in Brazil.
Novo Chevrolet, novo Ômega. você já pode se sentir verdadeiramente mais próximo da perfeição. Ômega. Absoluto.
As trade restrictions ease in the region, we plan to take advantage of our base in Brazil to address the many opportunities for regional integration, supporting other nearby markets with either fully assembled vehicles or components for local assembly programs. Continuing our round-the-world odyssey, GM is beginning to rebuild in Asia and the Pacific. The region is culturally, politically, and economically diverse. Although most countries protect their auto industry, regional trade is expanding. Vehicle markets are booming, and combined car and truck sales were over 10 million in 1992. Opel and North American vehicles are marketed throughout much of the region. GM has had a negligible presence in this region historically, but things are beginning to change. Our strongest market for cars is Australia, where GM Holdens has been a key player for more than 60 years. The top-of-the-line cars show some of their European heritage, but have been extensively adapted to suit very different local driving conditions. Isuzu, GM's affiliate in Japan, serves as GM's primary design and engineering source for commercial vehicles outside North America. They are particularly strong in Asia, although North American products are beginning to gain a toehold. Not surprisingly, Asia and Pacific are expected to see the most future vehicle markets growth. The largest populations and the highest economic growth rates are posted here. GM's strategy is geared to take advantage of this growth. Several new plants are coming on stream, from assembly of Opel cars in Taiwan to a joint venture truck plant building North American products in China. In Indonesia, a program for production of Opel cars and North American trucks has also been announced. We are also working to develop a vehicle manufacturing program for India. GM is also strengthening its efforts in Japan, the region's largest and most important market. In January of this year, distribution of Opel vehicles in Japan was assumed by Yanase.
Already, Opel has reached sales tenfold over the same period last year, and GM is amongst the leading imports.
Moving westward, the Middle East has historically been a strong US export market. Sales dipped around the Gulf War, but recovered to more than 1 million cars and trucks in 1992. Opel sales have also been expanding, and GM sees considerable opportunity in the region. GM also sells a small number of vehicles in the African market, some 40,000 annually. The market is very fragmented by local content regulations, and most countries lack hard currency to purchase vehicles or parts. GM has dealers throughout the continent and serves the market through local assembly and some sales of finished products. If the markets develop, GM is positioned to take advantage of it. GM is principally Opel, Vauxhall, Chevy, Holdens, Saab and Isuzu outside of North America, increasingly using passenger car designs developed by GM Europe. In many regions, trucks developed by GM's truck and bus division and Isuzu enjoy a wide acceptance.
For GM International, 1992 was a year of records in unit sales and market share with sustained profitability. Our attention now is totally directed to winning in the future, with tremendous potential for growth in Asia and Central and Eastern Europe. We are committed to putting the right products in the right markets, and we will continue to satisfy more and more customers in more and more places. It is this commitment, combined with global component integration, lean manufacturing, and overall cost containment, that has made GM International profitable and should continue to do so in the future. Thank you.